calling me. Yes, I do. For I know things are gonna work out. And so, for God said it in His word, I gotta trust the plan He has for me. I am my destiny calling. Victory. Yes, I believe what He said to me. Said I believe, yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe it. I believe it, yeah. I gotta reach. I gotta reach. Hey, 'cause He said, and not the tail. He said, I'm a lender, and not a borrower. Yeah. He said, I'm above, and not beneath. I believe what He said. Gotta reach my destiny. I gotta reach. I won't turn back. Said I won't give up. I gotta press toward the mark, for the prize which is in Jesus. Gotta reach my destiny. I won't turn back. Said I won't give up. Hey. I am my destiny calling me. Yeah. No more fear, no more worry, no, 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 no. Destiny calling, and I see victory. Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? It is your man, D-Toe. You're tuned in to Shop Talk, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. I want to welcome everybody to the show. Tonight's going to be an absolutely amazing show. A lot of things to talk about, a lot of things that we need to get off our virtual chest. But before we do that, first of all, welcome to everyone who's watching on Facebook, those of you who might be watching on YouTube, or those who might even be hanging out with us on LinkedIn, whomsoever you might be. We're glad to have you hanging out with us. And yes, that was Ja'Cory Prothro with his incredible song and video to My Destiny that we opened up with tonight. I like that song. I like that video. Very well put together. So shout out to Ja'Cory Prothro. We hope to see him in a few short minutes. But until then, I am hanging out with you. Yep, it is me. It's your man D-Toe. And if you didn't know what you're tuned into, you're tuned in to Shop Talk, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. And I know you're probably saying, what in the world have I tuned into? Don't worry about it. I got you. Listen, Shop Talk is that good barbershop, that nail shop, that coffee shop, that ikanache, that donut shop talk, y'all, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. For the next hour, we're going to take this incredible journey. If you didn't know, my name is Demetrius Tollfree. It literally says so right there. And of course, you know that you can hit me up on social media at DTollfree, at DTOLEFREE. Of course, that's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. It's on Instagram. It's on Clubhouse. It's on pretty much anything that you have, as well as it's on Venmo, Ikanache. And it's also on Cash App, $ DTollfree. If you just want to send me some money just to see if I'll get it, it's all to the good. Now, before we jump into subjects and all those type of things, y'all know what you got to do. I say it all the time. You got to get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo. But you know you got to tell your mama them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious them, Nut Nut them, Pojo them. Let them all know that we are live right here on your favorite family of networks. And that is, of course, Freedom Radio. Let me give some shout outs to some people hanging out with us. Dee Dee Felder, what up, though? Dee Dee is in the virtual building. Of course, we got people hanging out with us from the Freedom Radio Network. Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. And somebody is hanging out tonight as a Facebook user. Let me know who that is. It might be either Cheryl out in Atlanta, or it might be Leah Marie out in Fresno. One of the two, y'all. It's one of y'all hanging out with us, making that happen. Anyway, what's up to my neighbor, as well as one of the homies, Gay Harris, one of the constituents from my church, is hanging out with us tonight. We also got my friend, my classmate, my homie. We grew up together, Andrea Scruggs, in the virtual building. What is going on? Another classmate of mine is Carolyn Reed. Carolyn Reed also in the virtual building. What up, though? I see you. Karan Edmonds, my neighbor, as well as another constituent from my church, is hanging out with us. It is all to the good. And Dee Dee Felder is already starting. She's already starting early. I tell you what, we're going to use a different hashtag today. And as you guys tag it, so it's easier. We're going to use hashtag FDR11. It's easier to do it that way. Hashtag FDR11. If you're going to be tagging people tonight, it's all good. Shout out to Michelle Woodson Alexander. What is going on? And Dee Dee Felder's for real. She's already tagging people and making things happen. And it's all to the good. My Facebook user says she's going to stay incognito. It's all good. A coworker of mine out at the little place that I work. She's a coworker of mine, my friend, my homie, Ruth Ann Crum. Ruth Ann, what is going on? Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. And Denisha Sexton. Dude, Denisha, I was going to hit you today just to say what's up to you and the bishop. Y'all ran across my mind. I was going to reach out. I didn't, but at least you're here tonight. All right. And I see you, Michelle, saying that you're all good. It is all good. Glad to have y'all hanging out with us. All right, y'all. Tonight is going to be an incredible show. Tons of things to talk about. And I am still in a giving mood. That's right. I'm still in a giving mood. So tonight, we'll talk about it as we go. But tonight, somebody's either going to win a Freedom Radio phone case. You'll win either a Freedom Radio AirPods case. You might win a Shop Talk mug tonight. You might win a Freedom Radio mug, or you might win a Freedom Radio water bottle. I'm giving out something tonight. I don't know what it is, but I got a whole lineup of things that are available to make happen tonight, and we'll get a chance to talk about it as we get ready to go. But before we go any further, all right, I see people still doing things. Now, here's what everyone I need you to do tonight. Real simple. I want you to tag 3 people. Let me type it out while I say it. Tag 3 people and use hashtag. It helps if my spelling is all off. If y'all can see what I just typed. Anyways, tag 3 people and use hashtag. Lord, my typing. Hashtag. We're going to use a different one tonight. FDR11. Okay, so I want everybody that's hanging out with us to tag 3 people. Take a moment, tag 3 people, and use hashtag FDR11. We're making it simple tonight. Hashtag FDR11. And I want you to do that because we're just a couple of days away from our bingo night. We're just a few days away from making that happen. And so the incognito person, talking about where's my mug? You being incognito. So who are you? I have no idea who you are. Anyway, why don't you take a moment and tag 3 people and use hashtag FDR11. Hashtag FDR11. Tag 3 people. That way they'll know that you're hanging out with us. Now, Michelle, you got to be able to put a space between the FDR11 and the person that you're tagging, but it's all to the good. If the person says, I won last week. Well, the person who won last week was supposed to hit me up during the week to tell me what they wanted and make sure I had their address correct. So whoever that person is that probably lives in Fresno that's trying to come for me on Facebook, it's all good. Hit me up. I'll make sure I make it happen. I'm just messing with you. All right. Thank you. I see people tagging people. Thank you. I see you, Michelle, for tagging people. Good stuff. I see you, Karan. tagging people. And yes, I see this. This has to be Leah Marie who's giving me, oh, my just like black people. You know what? I cannot. It's all to the good. Listen, let me reach out and bring up my first co-host out in Charlotte, North Carolina. I bring her up all the time. And before I bring her up, listen, don't forget when you're doing the hashtag, do hashtag FDR11 and tag 3 people. Now, it's going to enter you to be able to get, you're going to be able to get, Demetrius is going to give you free bingo cards. We're doing bingo in just a couple of weeks. And on that day of bingo, someone is going, there's a bunch of things that are going to happen. I mean, we initially said that the big prize was $111, but Demetrius has hit me back and said that he has more prizes that he's going to be giving away. So you want to make sure that you tag 3 people, use hashtag FDR11, and we will see that and be able to go back into tonight's chats. And we'll make sure that you get those bingo cards so that you can have your chance. You can have as many bingo cards as you want to be able to make things happen. All right, y'all. Let's bring up my co-host out in Charlotte of North Carolina. I think she's ready to come on up and hang out with us. Let's bring her up without any further ado. My homegirl and yours, the incredibly talented and graphic designer extraordinaire, incredible singer, all-around smart person, my homegirl and yours, Yolanda Wild Praise Morant. Yolanda,
Hi.
what is going on?
Hi, what's up? How y'all doing?
It's all good. Right now, it's just, I'm having a Tony moment. You are? Yes, I am. I'm having a Tony moment because right now, it's just me and you. Hey. Y'all not ready? Y'all not ready?
I didn't see that comment. I thought you were going to be like, it feels good.
No, that's good too. That's a good one too.
Yeah, that's my song.
It's all good. But how you feeling? What's going on with you?
Oh, I feel all right. You be a little sad. I mean, but because of what's going on. Let me preface
Absolutely.
because of what's going on. But I'm good. You know what I'm saying? They're hanging out in this, southern heat. It's cool. I'm good.
Yeah. It's a whole different story. I tell you what, hold on to that thought. Let me bring up my next co-host that I know is itching to get on because we opened up the show before he was blonde, but we opened up the show with the incredible video from Ja'Cory Proto. As usual, he's on the road making things happen, but let's bring him in. My guy, Ja'Cory Proto, man, what is going on?
What's up, my people?
What's up?
Hang it, man. You had the Chick-fil-A? Let me get
I'm not gonna tell you where I'm leaving, but I am leaving somewhere because I was hungry. No, it's hot. I was thirsty. How about that? It's burning up.
Yeah, it's a little warm. It's about 102 where I'm at right now.
And I'm getting ready to go to Vegas, so I'm like,
is that this weekend you go to Vegas or that next weekend?
Yeah, I actually open up for Tasha Cobbs and Ernest Pugh on Saturday. And then I plan to stop by the Venetian and see Anita Baker. And then I plan on going to Harrah's to see the Whitney Houston hologram. I just got to turn it into a whole, shebang.
I'm not mad at you, man. That's what vacations and ministry dates are for, is to make the most out of it that you can, man. So that's all good. But you didn't get me a number 3 wherever you was at. It's all good.
We got to hook back up because I still got some other stuff for you, too, so.
It's all good. We need to make that happen sooner than later. And, we'll make it happen, man. So, wait, keep your hands on the wheel. But we're going to make it happen, man, sooner than later. Hey, you came in at a good time, man, because I was just getting ready to ask Yolanda. I was asking her how she was doing, and I was just getting ready to try to get into her business because the last time we was here, why are you looking like that, Yolanda? She's looking like, wait, what are you going to do? I was just getting ready to get into her business because the last time we was on, and forgive us for not being on last week. I had some things going on. But last time we was on, she was fresh off of a brand new date. And she was telling us about all the things that happened and all the incredible key questions that she asked this young man and, found out, about how equally yoked they may or may not have been. But so I really want to know, Yolanda, was there a second date? Was there a follow-up date?
This timing is very interesting. There actually was.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So how do I not talk about it like we sitting at the table? I got all day. Okay. So we were gonna go to dinner. So first I don't want to tell the man's name in case he sees it. In case you see this, and we cool. Okay, so we went to dinner and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. We were supposed to go to dinner. So the agreement was he didn't know if he had to work or not once he found out his work schedule. So we were gonna go to dinner, right? So I'm kind of the same thing all the time, but kind of not. So you go to church. What do you do after church? You go eat. So
Absolutely.
I was like, okay, well let's go. Maybe we can go there after church. He said, okay, cool. So first we talk about some restaurants, and I don't eat Italian a lot, right? Because my hips and Italian don't always agree. So I said, let's do, I'll do some Italian, because that's probably the last Italian I can do before, we start really like working on, like intermediate fast or whatever we're gonna do for Stella weekend. So I said, okay, let's do Italian. And he said, okay, cool. Gave him a couple restaurants. And then he's like, no, I don't like those places. The food is bad. It's expensive. Ding, ding, ding. It's expensive. I was like, it's not like, like, huh? So he's like, I don't like it. It's expensive. I said, okay, I'm not difficult. I mean, people may think I'm not. Like, yes, this is the truth. I'm live on radio. Can you see? Okay. I am a chill, cool, thick church kid or church girl. But I'm bougie. That's true. But I'm nice bougie. I'm not like stuck up. You can't talk to me kind of thing. I just like what I like. I like certain things. I like nice things. I don't have to have a Gucci bag. I just like a nice bag. So I'm a little bit easy going. So we don't have to go to a big fancy restaurant. We can go to Chili's. Like it's cool. We don't have to do, I just wanted to see the guy again. That is the truth. We have been talked almost every day. And so I wanted to have the opportunity to see him again, make sure what I saw in the light was, sometimes you see people in the club, what you see. I didn't go to the club, be clear. What you see in the club, sometimes Ja'Cory. So people have that story like you saw them in the club and they weren't cute. They saw them in all of that. So I just want to, kind of see him again. Okay. So he doesn't want to go out to eat. He asked me to come to his house, and my answer was, no. I don't know you, sir. Like I don't know you. I don't feel comfortable to come to your home. Were you scared? No, I ain't scared of you. It's nothing to do with that. I just don't, I don't feel comfortable. You wanted to cook. I don't know if you can cook. You might. That can. No. So let's go out in the public. So I said, okay, let's do this. Let's go for ice cream. That's simple. So y'all are laughing, but this is what happened. So we decide, she said no hold dates. So we decide to go for ice cream. Okay. So we went to some place that I had never been. Really cool ice cream place. They plain ice cream in the sense of nothing's inside of the ice cream. Actually, it's all kind of different flavors and stuff like that. And then they add the toppings and they mix it together. It was really cool. So we get the ice cream, we sit down, and I like to talk. You know me, I like to talk. So we can talk about anything. We could talk about the president. We could talk about the birds, the natures. We could talk about. There's so many things. And he's just eating ice cream. Like, okay, we're gonna talk. So some kids come in. They're super cute. He's like, oh, he has a little girl. So he like, oh, the little girls are so cute. Oh, so that's his soft spot. Right away. Oh, okay, cool. So we talking, but it's kind of like rigid. He's rigid, I feel like. So I said, Are you always been like this? Kind of like cut, boom, boom. I don't know if that makes sense, but he's really kind of rigid. She said, Did he pay? Yes, ma'am, he did pay for the ice cream. I moved out the way. There you go.
Oh, you was expecting him to pay. There was no.
I mean, to be honest with you, yes, I could have paid for myself. I had money. I mean, but here you go. It's ice cream. It wasn't that much. So, all right. Fast forward. So I asked him, I said, have you always been this rich? He said, what does that mean? Oh, I was like, oh. So I looked up online. I said, this is what it means. And he didn't say anything. People started coming and he said, you ready to go? I said, why are you ready to go? You okay? He was like, there's too many people in here. Oh, it's too many people because,
you might see somebody
COVID.
you know. That's what it is. You might see somebody
that's good.
You know.
So I was like, oh, no. So I said, maybe there's too many people, COVID. He was like, nah, it's just, he got quiet. He didn't really want to talk. He was like, see them people in here? I don't want to. Cool. Fast forward, we go outside. He says, where you want to go next? I don't have a preference. Now I'm thinking, he said, well, let's go to the park. I ride in this vehicle. Okay, that's cool. Let's go to the park. We sit out on the bench. People watching. It's
Were
going
you talking while you were people watching?
We were talking while we were people watching, but I was just kind of like, I'm being way too free on this radio station. I was like, what's going on? Yes, the conversation was like pulling teeth. And so I told him, I said, I went to go visit a church today, a potential client today. It's not something I get to do a lot. So he said, oh, you did? So I said, okay, maybe I should talk about this. Let's talk about this. So I was telling him how the lady next to me did not, when the preacher says, touch your neighbor, tell him it's going to work. She didn't do any of that. So he was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. People going to come in here and to this church. Then y'all go. I said, oh, wait. Oh, come back down to a 5. Like, come back down.
Who said that? The preacher or the guy you was with?
The guy I was with. He was like, that's what I'm saying. The people, he be telling them to touch their neighbor. They don't want to. What you come in here for? Wait, player. Calm down. I was like, so I was trying to explain. I was telling him about it to make a point. How this lady had joined the church. And when she joined the church, it was like for real, like she really got free. And I was like, it was like a beautiful thing to see. And he was like, but why didn't she touch her neighbor? I said, no, you missing the point, sweet cup. It was, I'm trying to explain how sometimes, people, maybe there's things held up or Child, it was, whew. So I was like,
I don't think he's the candidate for baptism.
Oh my God.
I don't.
He can't be my brother. Sorry.
This is the thing. We can disagree on a couple things. We can disagree that, I don't know. You have to ride in the car with Jesus. Okay, he's always riding with you, but you have to ride with him. So the more, let me tell you the reality of it though. So hopefully this part will help somebody. What I recognized was I am 43. I know I don't look it. Thank my mama. So I'm 43, right? I want to have children. I want to get married. He's a nice man. This is the truth. He's a nice man. He's the kind of guy, he has a great job. He's the kind of guy, he's going to go to work. He's going to do work. He's going to come home. And that's it. He wants to, build a farm. He wants to But I noticed when I talked to him, I felt a little rough. I didn't feel like my bright bushy tail self. And so I recognized that I was trying to put myself in a box that I kind of honestly belong. And I kept trying to push myself because I felt like, oh, he's a nice guy. He's a consistent, you can tell he's a consistent guy. He's going to do the same thing every day. He's going to go to work. He's going to come home. He's going to take care of his family. He seems very honest. He seems very integral. But part of it is him and Jesus don't, he's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't do the Jesus thing. Okay, so that's going to be a problem. I'm a whole gospel singer. I wake up, I'm the old lady at the church. Sometimes I'm the urban girl, and sometimes I'm the old lady walking up and down the aisle clapping. How you gonna deal with that? If that's not, you know what I'm saying? If I'm the girl that's going to be praying, you wake up like, girl, why is this oil on my head? I'm that girl. I'm serious.
I feel you.
All that's going on, which, we can segment to all that's going on the earth. Oh, I'm definitely the girl that is going to be oiled down the house. I'm definitely that girl. And I'm serious. I'm still believing being balanced and having fun and taking trips. But when I started thinking about all that, I recognized that I was trying to put myself in a box. I don't feel free to be myself.
Well, let me ask you this question. And it's not my question. Denise Jones chimes in and she asks, is he teachable? This is a good question.
I think he's teachable, but I also recognize that he is 48. And I think there's a lot of parts about him that are, this is what it is. So, give an example, when he's riding down the street for his particular profession, he's a truck driver, he's always yelling at people. He's kind of like, hey, I'm like, okay, calm down. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? My life is already, I deal with artists and preachers, and you know what I mean? I'm not saying, I get it. It's not gonna always be perfect. What I'm saying is, I notice when I talk to him, I feel like kind of like in this weird space. And it's too early for me to be, I don't believe in bringing a twin. I don't believe in that. So it's too early to be something I'm not. First of all, I shouldn't say that. You should never be something you're not. But it's too early for me to feel like I'm trying to be something I'm not.
I mean, you know, what's killing me is these comments. These comments is coming in fast and furious, and you know, I'm trying to not cut up and be laughing every couple seconds. But this is very interesting. So I guess now the ultimate question is, you've now gone on 2 dates.
Will there be a third?
Jacory took the words out of my
I
mouth.
honestly
Will
don't
there
think
be a
so,
third?
because he also brought up again that I didn't come to his house. He said, see, I could have cooked. He did. He brought it up again. I could have cooked. We could have watched a movie while they was taking a commercial, and he said it just like this. I could have put a load in the dryer, which lets me know that his life is kind of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? And I'm not saying I don't want stability. I don't even want to put that in the air. I do. I can't say everything I really, really want to say, but just to say, the type of guys I usually like, the musician friends, they're not always, the stable bunch. So
Yeah.
I want to be stable, but I also believe that I like, spontaneous.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if we would have went for a boat ride or just walked through the park or just, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you don't get to see me every day because he works a full-time job, of course. So
Right.
let's maximize the moment,
Yeah, no, I get you. And again, all of these comments, and I appreciate everybody who's putting these comments in. They're coming fast and furious, and I'm really trying to keep up with all of them. Lucinda
And can I
says
add
that
this
guys.
part before you say he texts? So maybe at the end of last week, he started texting me, "Hey, wifey." So he did. It made me kind of like.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I should have muted my phone, but yo.
What?
He did. I was
Oh
like,
my
wifey?
God.
Yeah, even the first day, he grabbed my hand. He was like I again, I don't want to. Like, I'm cool with being like a little aggressive, but he grabbed my hand. It was just like he's trying to force. Let me tell you something. All the applicants now feel like a little. You cannot force anybody to like you. You cannot force anybody to love you. It has to be genuine. So as sweet and as nice as I am, one thing about me is, for real, I like everybody, and I want to like everybody in the sense of, like love everybody, like everybody. But if I don't like you, I just don't like you. You can't make me. There's nothing you can do. I'm really black and white like that. Like, you can't force me. So when you start calling, and I'm the type of girl, like, I want to talk to you every day. I'm like, oh, but butterflies and ooh, and I just don't, I don't like feel it like that.
Okay, so I think we're on safe ground that date number 2 was the last one, and that
Yeah,
we're
I just
probably
don't know
not
how
going
to
to go
tell
through.
him. I feel like being an adult, you definitely should.
You told him. You told him. He'll
No, I
see.
really haven't told him.
No, he'll see this. He'll know.
No, he might not see this. So I think I've been trying to figure out all day, like, how to tell. Like, usually he texts every day, but I noticed I text him today like I got a lot of work to do, which was true. I can't just sit and talk to you all day. But I think he feels some kind of way. So,
Well, Didi Felder says
But-
that she'll tell him for you.
I'm tell him.
I'm lost because if he really studying you, my thing is if you into somebody and you really studying them, you're gonna go behind the scenes. So I'm gonna know that you do the radio show because I'm studying you. I want you. I want to, be able to have conversation and engage. So he ain't my brother.
To tell him the truth.
I feel you. Well,
He's
I
probably
mean,
used to
listen.
girls doing what he wants. Yep.
I will say this: if he isn't studying like Ja'Cory said he should be, you got to tell him. Denise Jones said that a moment ago. She said you got to tell him the truth, and you got to tell him. I mean, that way he's not being strung along. He don't want to hear it secondhand through social media, through anything like that. So, in my opinion, if you feel like this is it, not tonight because it's too late. But when y'all talk tomorrow, just be like, hey, can I call you? And call him and be like, hey, I've been thinking this thing through, and I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to string you along. I just feel like, we're not going in the right direction together, and well, however women do it. I haven't been in a relationship where I had to quit somebody in a long time, but however women do, whatever y'all do.
We're not together. I even said to him, I said, he said, so you talk to other guys? Yes. Well, that's not ladylike.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wait, what?
I said, I hope you playing because we're not together. He said, but you shouldn't be going out with the other guy because I think he feels like, like I asked him, what kind of girl you looking for? You? That's not an answer.
Mm. These comments tonight is taking me out.
What?
Yeah, this.
Sing LaShawn Pace's song. There's a leak in his building.
And I gotta move on.
Well, yo, before you move on, yo, have you seen Kingdom Business?
I have not. Is that what you were talking about earlier with us?
He went out.
Yeah, you muted. He muted himself.
I don't want to give it away. I saw the whole thing.
Kingdom Business. I haven't seen it. Yeah,
and the only reason I asked is because some of what you're speaking of is dealt with in there. If you haven't seen Kingdom Business, you need to check it out.
No, I did. I watched the whole thing.
Where was it? Where do I watch it
at? BET Plus.
I don't have BET Plus.
It's a blessing. It really is a blessing. But I feel as though with the son, he kind of in one way was with someone that he really didn't want to be with, and ended up still going and ended up pregnant. And I'm just giving it just a little bit, but really his heart was somewhere else.
I was with the other girl.
So my prayer is that he'll give you the direction and things to say so you can keep it moving.
And amen.
We don't want no blockage.
Yeah, and I don't want to keep, but can I say this? Because dating is in this season or in this time planet is different. So I think sometimes when you are a little, when you're getting to your 40s, you feel like in truth, I shouldn't have let it drag out this long. And again, I think part of it is he's just a nice guy. You know what I mean? He hasn't been out of the way. He hasn't been disrespectful at all. So it's like, oh, maybe it'll get better. Maybe that. But the reality is you can't make people change. No. He's the type of guy, again, he's going to go to work. He's going to come home. And he's cool with that. He's cool with eating what he eats every day the same way. I'm not that girl. Let's try something new. Let's go to every once in a while kind of feel this, dating is different. So I just encourage somebody, don't put yourself in trying to be nice. Don't let yourself be stuck in a box like that.
I feel you. I mean, and I like the way you're thinking. And I think without a shadow of a doubt, one, I do want to see that Kingdom Business if I can. But I think you're gonna do right. I think you're gonna explain to him without dragging it out. So I mean, because the longer you let it drag out, the more he's gonna feel like things are going in the right direction. And the longer you drag it out, and then you cut it off, then the harder he's gonna fall from wherever he feel like he is. So do it as quickly as you can. And while we here talking about relationships and stuff like that, I have a question. I thought I was going to play the video, but I couldn't find it again quick enough to play it. But I was watching something on Facebook, and I'm going to really need y'all help on this one. I was watching a video on Facebook. There is a guy, there's a pastor, and he's at a funeral of a guy. They're at a funeral. The pastor, did y'all watch this? I sent it to y'all. Did either of y'all watch it?
I saw it on Instagram earlier today.
So the pastor, in the middle of the funeral, or the fume, whatever you want to call it, the pastor gets up and goes and gets on one knee and proposes to the widow
Oh, it was
in the
widow.
funeral. And she jumps up, hugs him, and looks like she says yes. Now I'm gonna need y'all to help me with this one. I'm gonna need to help. I need y'all help. Thank you, Carolyn. She's like, "Dad, I saw that." Yeah, and I guess some of y'all saw it too. Andrea's like, and proposed to the wife. Yes, they're in the funeral. This man looks like he's doing the eulogy. He's supposed to do the eulogy, and he gets up, goes over to the woman, the widow, and asks for her hand in marriage while they're in the funeral of her husband. And y'all gonna have to help me with this. So I mean,
Who goes first?
I don't know. We got comments coming in. Lucinda says she asked if the video was real. Yeah, ma'am, that was real. That definitely was real. And Dee Dee Feather says he's going to the devil. And you know, I need y'all's help. I mean, why don't you go ahead, Yolanda, since you're already there?
I mean, it's just inappropriate. So my first thought is it's inappropriate. It's a time of grieving and someone has lost their loved one. You know, it's inappropriate. The other thing is, if you jump up, let's say I was in the back, hopefully sitting by myself, because I'm no good if I'm sitting next to somebody else. I'm good. I can maintain all control. I'm gonna be like, wait, she jumped up, like, oh my God, ma'am. There was something going on in the mix long before that whoever had passed on. Because there's no way you would jump up and be like, oh my God, really? Me? Ma'am.
Yeah.
You're
I feel you.
Yeah,
my cousin Katrina is chiming in from Fresno, and she says it's so inappropriate. Period. Why? Disrespectful. And she gives me the period with a T. And yes, Tracy J. Wilson, it was at the funeral. Now, granted, it was in another country. Yes, you're right, Dee Dee. It was in another country. It looked like they might have been in Africa, somewhere in Africa, something like that. But still, nonetheless, I mean, they were in the middle of the funeral, and again, it looked like he was going to be the eulogist. And Ja'Cory, he comes down, gets on one knee, and proposes to the woman. The casket is right behind him, and I mean, what's your thought on that, bro?
You know, it was funny because I watched it and then I started reading the comments and I couldn't understand what they were saying. But she evidently didn't have no kids, because honestly, had I been one of the kids, this would have been one of the first times you got to actually see me act up.
Yeah.
Because there would have been some swinging going on.
Yeah, I feel you, man. And I know I see Carolyn says that the mere fact that it was in a different country, that it gives her a different perspective of it. But no, I'm Africa, London, UK, wherever you might have been. Here we go. Elizabeth Ann Jefferson chimes in and says, "My first question was, did the pastor kill him?"
All I'm gonna say right there is you need to watch Kingdom Business.
Oh my! Now, is it a movie or is it a series?
It's a
series. How did you like it, Yo-Yo?
I will say this, because I don't want to give it away. First, you can watch the whole thing, the whole entire season on. You don't have to wait. You can watch the whole season on BET Plus. I honestly was like, here we go, and no shade, because I really didn't know. But I was like, here we go, another story with the girl who gave her life to Jesus, and the people didn't like her. You know, I just thought it was like a
Like
long
a typical drama,
play.
or
like I just thought it was like a long church play. But yeah. About the third episode, I said, oh. I said, oh, the Saints potty mouths.
Jesus. Yeah. It's something to see. It's something to see.
It's a pretty, I mean, there's some storylines that have been repeated, but I will say I just didn't expect what I got. So, and if you're a movie buff, certain movie parts will be like, Oh, did you catch that?
I can't stand.
Little soul food action up in here. Oh, okay.
Right. It was something different for me. You know, the thing is, it was so many little pieces that I've seen happen in real life, in church, and with music. So that's why I was just like, wow, some of this stuff is really going down. That's why I can't, rise like popcorn.
Oh yeah. It's not what I thought it was gonna be, and that, I mean that in a good way. I was just like, oh, well.
Wow.
Okay.
But you know what? I don't have BET Plus, but somebody let me borrow their credentials. I'll give them back. And you know what I'm saying? It's all to the good. Listen, before we move on to the next subject, you still have time to tag 3 people about tonight's show and use the hashtag FDR11. Hashtag FDR11. And a little bit later in the show tonight, we are going to be doing a giveaway. I don't know what we're going to use as our giveaway. We have been using All Things Yolanda. It is still May. We might still stick in that vein. But for those of you hanging out with us, we are giving away either, you have a choice. You can pick either a Freedom Radio water bottle. We have a Freedom Radio mug. You can also choose a Shop Talk mug if you so choose. I have Freedom Radio AirPod case. It's starting to become a favorite of mine. Freedom Radio AirPods case. And last but not least, I did that all day. Last but not least, you can get a Freedom Radio phone case. We have both iPhone and Android if you so choose. All right, y'all. Before we move on, I want to bring on Emetrius Hunter. He's on location tonight. Hopefully, we don't see nothing we ain't supposed to see. But let's bring him on. Emetrius Hunter out in the ATL. What's going on, bro? You unmuted. There you go. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, everybody out there in Freedom Radio Land? How are you all doing on tonight? I am so sorry I'm not in the studio with all our wonderful panelists on this evening, but I definitely had to come through and remind everybody about the Freedom Radio Big Bingo Blast, celebrating 11 years of radio spectacular. Of course, Freedom Radio, the only station for the people, by the people. We are so excited. Definitely excited. And guess what? We got some other great tips for you. Listen, if you plan on being in Atlanta during Stellar Award weekend, that's the weekend of July 15th, definitely we have some great prizes that are also going to be in store. Some great giveaways coming up and a great week planned for you all. So again, make sure that you're liking, sharing, and tagging somebody in the post. Tonight is the last night for you to gain access to those extra bingo cards that will allow you a chance to win $111+. That's right, it's still a plus surprise for you all. So guaranteed there's going to be some ticket giveaways on that night. And also, guess what else? 2 lucky people that will be in the city of Atlanta will have a chance to come join me for the EP release of Ted and Sherry right here in the city of Atlanta in June, next month in June. So we're also going to have a pair of tickets for that event as well. So guess what, people? Make sure that you're tuning in. Make sure you're locked in. Make sure you're telling a friend. Making sure you're tagging someone and sharing with somebody. Let them know the only station for the people, by the people, doing it for the people. FreedomRadio.com is here to bless you all.
It is all good, man. I'm glad to have you hanging out with us and look like you're doing your thing out there. And as you see on the screen, you still have time. Just tag 3 people tonight. Still, you can tag 3 people. You can do it all in one post if you want. Tag 3 people and use the hashtag. We're changing for tonight. We're using FDR11. That's easier for us to remember and look for. So use hashtag FDR11 tonight. Tag 3 people on tonight's stream. Emetrius and the rest of us a little bit later will be going through, seeing who did that. And you'll be able to get you a free bingo card for the upcoming bingo event that's just a few days away. All right, y'all. Appreciate it. Emetrius, you hanging or you gone?
So I just had to pop in. Y'all know I'm on this, I'm on my way to an adult skate party. I've never heard of one. But it's adult night at Cascade Skate here in the city of Atlanta. The most infamous skating rink in all of the world. And tonight, one of my friends, one of my associates, that I had the pleasure of meeting with, networking with last week while I was at the Music Honors here in Atlanta, definitely is having an event on this evening and definitely reached out to me. So, no better place to be than in a place where you'll be able to rub shoulders with somebody that can take you to that next level. So I'm trying to go to the next level. We're taking Freedom Radio to the next level, and as you can see, I'm always in the streets. Him, I'm always pulling somebody in, telling them, give us a shout out at Freedom Radio. Let them know what's the number one radio station. Let them know who is the bomb. That is Freedom Radio.
.com. It's all good. Hey, y'all, man, appreciate you, man. Go ahead and do your thing. Have fun. I know you'll update us on next week.
Yes, sir. God bless you. All of you out to Corey, Yolanda. Hello, my friends, my family. I hope to see you all July. Peace out and blessings to you all. Good night. See you next week.
All right, bro. All right, man. Have a good one. All right, y'all. That was Demetrius Hunter out in the streets of the ATL making things happen. So again, you still have time. Make sure you're doing it. I see Carolyn Reed doing it. And again, we're going to be doing bingo. People are going to win real money that we'll be sending to you via Cash App and or PayPal, whichever is your preference, or Venmo, whichever. We have all those things available. All right, y'all. Let's turn the corner real quick. And obviously, we still have things to talk about in regards to what is going on in the world. Man, this world we live in is sick. And we've got things going on that is just unheard of. All of our thoughts and prayers are going out to the state of Texas, as well as still to Buffalo, New York. All of these different heinous crimes that are happening in the United States. It's just unbearable, unthinkable that your kid can be now scared to go to school to try to learn for fear of his or her life. Carolyn Reed and I, as well as Andrea Scruggs and I, have been friends since elementary school. And I can't imagine that when we were going to John Marshall, which is now Thurgood Marshall, I can't even imagine going to school in the 5th and 6th grade, and man, somebody coming to school with a gun, and we lose, 19 students and 2 teachers all in one day. I can't even think about it. I can't even fathom the thought. But I mean, it's happening in the United States again. The can't even go shopping now. You saw what happened in Buffalo the other day, and it's just going crazy. I mean, people are now targeting. They're targeting people. It's not just random. They're literally targeting people to take things out on. And I was watching a little bit of the news today. What a young man from yesterday actually reached out to somebody and told them that he was getting ready to go do something. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't believe him or whatever. But my God, I mean, Yolanda, this whole thing is crazy. And I got a chance to see your graphic that you had up there. Let me see. I think I have it available. This graphic that you put together that I think we all need to be posting this right here, where we're just praying that the Lord would heal the land. I mean, this whole thing is crazy, Yolanda. What you got to say on that, my sister?
So I was watching a Breakfast Club this morning. Breakfast Club is a radio station out of New York.
Yes.
And they were actually talking about that portion where you're saying he contacted a random person. Just a random person, and said, this is what I'm gonna go do. And they're like, what who are you? Why are you gonna respond back and like my post? And the fact that this kid, like, he killed his grandmother, then he went to this school that was mostly Hispanic, and in a not maybe the best neighborhood, I guess you could say, or a lower economy neighborhood, and he killed these kids. And so, I have nieces and nephews, 3 beautiful little kids, and I'm telling you, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah,
I don't know what I would do. So I think what made me make this graphic, it's not about me, but I was watching Bishop William Murphy this morning. He comes on listen, if you need a little pep in your step or, prayer in the morning, he comes on every morning, all social media platforms. And he started talking, and he said, prayer, we should pray. He said, but enough is enough. Yeah. He said, we're doing revivals and all of that. He said, we need to do something. And I'm telling you just the honest God truth. Actually, I want to say it in this order. I actually saw Pastor Jacqueline Stokes out of Atlanta post something. She posted a series of things that had been going on, which inspired me to really create this graphic. And right after that, I saw Bishop Murphy, and I was so moved. Like I had not cried or anything, because just like I just don't want to be sad. I mean, this man brought me to full blown tears. Like I could not stop crying
Yeah.
because the conviction I had when he was saying everybody trying to be popular and be a church celebrity. Who cares about that when there are innocent children being killed? Who cares about any of that? So it's cool, to do the church antics, all that we do, but what happens after that? He talked about today that he was going to work with his team on seeing where he could start in moving in the process to get in office in whatever space he needed to take. And I just, in all due respect to everybody, I love Jesus with my whole heart, man. I love Black church. I love running and screaming, and obviously the singing, all of that. But real talk, we got to stop talking. So when I posted this today, it's not about me. I'm tell you, I tagged everybody I could think of, every artist, every whatever. And I just want to say this to artists. Listen, if you have this big old platform, there's 1 million people following you. Why aren't you using your platform, your influence to say we're going to meet at X, Y, and Z place? And when from this place, this is what we're going to do. And we're going to keep doing this until we get some results.
Absolutely.
I just think we've talked enough.
I agree. I agree with you. Corey, man, I know you're running around getting ready for your rehearsal, man, but I do want you to chime in on this, man, before you get out of here, man. This is crazy. You have young nieces and nephews, man, and so many things. Just I know this probably hits home to you a little bit different than any of us as well, considering what you've gone through personally, man.
I'm just like my thing is, when does the faith-based community actually come together to start making moves like we did before? I mean, is it something that can actually be done? Because, back in the day, we had leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, that we could actually follow. I open my eyes and try to look to see, who do we follow? Who can we get with to actually make strides and movement? When it comes to even our gospel pioneers, it's just like if you actually just start to look, who do you call? Who do we look to?
Crazy.
To where you almost just start to get a little depressed, because it's just like, who can we really look to? Because nobody is really holding the torch to where they're even presenting the right exampleship to where it'd be like, okay, come on, we all following this person.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It just takes me back to say, okay, what's wrong with us? What are we doing? Because at the end of the day, we don't have to have another church service. We done did enough speaking in tongues and still ain't made no progress. So what you gonna do?
I'm with you, man. And what I would love to do, or would like for us to do, this particular graphic is available on Yolanda Morant's page. I have downloaded it. I'm going to be posting this on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, on all of my pages, just to try to get the attention of people that we need to let them know, hey, we need to come together so we can heal the land. And if you are a friend or a follower of Yolanda Morant, would you do me a favor and download this particular graphic? Or if you have my number, you want me to text it to you or Facebook message it to you, let me know. I'll do it. I want something positive to try to go viral, because we definitely need a healing in our land. And I just read what my cousin posted. My cousin Katrina out in Fresno. She says that she just read where a gun was found in the desk of a second grader here in Northern California. She
Sacramento,
says
I believe.
It's just too much, and I agree. It is too much. Things are going crazy. We've got to come up with some answers, and I agree with you, Elizabeth. She says that complacency is a cancer. I could not agree more. Something has got to happen, and I believe if it has to start with me, then it will start with me. I'm telling you, I will. If you want this particular graphic, I'm gonna put it on the screen one more time. If you want us to send you this graphic that Yolanda has so graciously made, let us know. We'll send it to you. Let's promote this and let's get some hashtags going. Not for the purpose of getting likes, but for the purpose of getting of working toward healing the land. You know, it starts with, you know, if one person can chase 1,000 and two people can chase 10,000, if we put that energy and effort into the right thing, and I see you, Tracy J. Wilson, I see you, Carolyn Reed. I'll make sure that the both of you get it. And I see you, Elizabeth, as well. We'll make sure, again, if you're already a friend of Yolanda Morant, you can go to her page. I think it's one of her most recent posts, and you can tap and download it to your devices. And thank you, Dee Dee Felder. She says it's already on her page, and it's all good. Listen, before we go, it's almost time for us to go. But before we go, Jacory, man, I know you're about to run, man. Any kind of closing comments, man? Final thoughts for you.
You know what? At the end of the day, y'all see where I'm at, right? Macy's and all these stores don't have nothing in there, so you have to go to the cheap stores and figure out how to make it work. But anyways, at the end of the day, you know, I just question the faith-based community. We can get up and we can have these services all day long, but let's cancel the service and actually have a come to Jesus meeting and figure out what we need to do.
I ain't mad at you, man. I appreciate that. Man, don't spend too much money in there. Anyway, last but not least, Yolanda Morant, any closing comments, final thoughts?
Thank you for that. Yeah, you don't have to actually even be my friend on Facebook. My page is open to the world, so you can just it's at the top post. You can just go to my page. You can share it, download it, whatever you can share with your network, whatever you feel. I'm just tired of talking. It's a cycle. My client Jimmy Smith always says, there's gonna be a killing, and we get sad. A killing, somebody gets sad, and it all calms down in September. Then it all happens again. So the question is, how long do we keep, allowing them? William Murphy, to do this. William Murphy said something today. He said they can't kill all of us.
True enough.
They can't kill all of us. If we learn how to stand together just as much as we get together and watch whatever movie and go do this and go do that. I'm just saying we got to do something. I'm telling y'all, as we got to do something different. We cannot continue to do the same thing. 19 innocent babies will not go to college. They will not have a family. There are going to be 19 funerals in this city. People are going to be destroyed. They're going to be devastated. Prayer is very important. But if we're not doing anything, and I'm telling you from a person, I don't know what to do. But I will show up. I mean, singing is cool. But we got to do something more than just get on a platform and just talk. So if you're watching this and you got 1 million people following you and you're doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm with you. Listen, tonight's show has been great. We're actually going to leave out with a video. Very rarely do I do that, but we open tonight. And if those of you who are watching, if you didn't get a chance to see the opening of the show this evening, when we end in just a few moments, you can actually go back and watch. We opened up with the incredible video from Jacory Prothro, My Destiny. Great song. Great video. And I want to end on another video. So, Jacory, I appreciate it. If you have to run, I get it. Yolanda, if you have to run, I understand as well. But I want to leave out with the video. And Dee Dee Felder, I know you're watching. This actually is for you. Shout out to AJ Anderson, who is now tuned in as well. I want to leave y'all with these words right here. Till the next time, y'all. I'm D Toll. Take a look at this. Quartet, unscripted. I'm ready if y'all ready. Dave, y'all ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Brilliant.
I think I'll be all right.
Vic?
I'm ready, Doc. Yes, sir.
Band, y'all ready? Man, we live, man. Let's do this thing. Let's go. I'm ready. That's it. Oh. Let me tell you this. I remember not long ago, I was at a particular place where I probably should not have been. I made a phone call to let someone know that I was on my way and that everything was going to be all right. Little did I know that when I hung up the phone that there were some people there, guns in hand, masks over their face. They told me to break myself, which means to give them everything that I had. After I gave them everything they wasn't satisfied. They wanted to pull the trigger and try to kill me. But when they pulled the trigger, nothing happened. You know what, to make a long story short, somebody said, well, Demetrius, how do you think you made it out? How do you make it through? I'll tell you how. It was the prayer.
The prayers that they prayed for me.
And I'm even here right now to tell the story because the prayers that they prayed still remain.
Because the prayers that they prayed for me still remain.
I guess what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that I'm here tonight all because, help me all,
Oh, somebody who
prayed
for me
had me on their mind. Took
the time to pray for me. So glad they prayed for me.
Listen. I'm looking over there in the corner at my son. His mother, before she was pregnant, had gone through some situations that the doctor told her that if she ever had any children, that they would all be retarded and wouldn't be able to live a regular life. Well, here it is. My son is 24 years old, and we've been praying for him. The Lord has been keeping him, and if anybody know him, y'all know that he's not retarded. He even got two sisters, that boy, listen, they're smart as a whip. And y'all know what I'm saying? They're probably saying, well, how did you have children when the doctor said no? I'll tell you how.
The prayers that they prayed for me.
I'm looking over at that boy, and I know that he's here only because of the prayers. Help me, y'all.
Because the prayers that they prayed for me still remain.
Still remain. I guess what I'm trying to say, y'all suspect y'all better help me here. That,
Oh, somebody prayed for me.
had me.
On their
Took the time
to pray. So glad they prayed.
Sing it one more time. Prayed for me. They had on their mind. Yeah.
Time to pray for
So
glad they prayed for me.
go ahead, Andre. I hear you, son. Yes, sir.